now proudly presented on SNME. That's Sunday night's main event, Patreon and free feed. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy George Mackay back again for an MLW Rewind. This is the one-shot fallout where we discuss everything that happened from tonight's pay-per-view. MLW and WTF present One Shot, and I'm here with my one and only.
I'm your one and only?
Yeah, you're my one and only.
All right. What's going on? His one and only, Uncle Bobby B. What's happening?
What's happening is MLW One Shot was tonight. It was a great 2 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
Should we get into it right off the hop?
Let's get into it because it's late.
Yeah, it absolutely is very, very late. First match on the card opener, Rocky Romero versus Mascara 2.0 for the CMLL
Historic welterweight championship
and the MLW Middleweight Championship. And this match was a great match to kick off the card. It was electric. It was fire. The pace was absolutely insane. Rocky Romero early on in the match tried to unmask Mascara, which took Dorada a little bit off of his game, but he recovered well. And for a second there, looked like he was going to steal one from the crown jewel of CMLL. But Rocky Romero prevailed by unmasking Dorada into a small package for the win. I enjoyed this match. Again, like I said, I thought it was a great way to kick off the beginning of the card. It did not disappoint. And what do you expect from Rocky Romero? When you can't beat him, you swindle a win. And that's exactly what he did. What are your thoughts on that one?
Oh man, what a great, like you said, great way to kick off the show. There was technicality, there was speed and pace and great timing from both of these guys. Just incredible performance. I love me some Lucha Libre. Gets the crowd hyped right off the bat. Like you said, Rocky stealing the win I love a good small package, like small package finish, regardless of how it came out. Great camera work on the demasking that we didn't really see his face. We caught like the side and back when he did demask.
Yeah, and perfect on Mascara for right away, hands up to face. There might have been a fan or two that could have got like a side profile view of his face, but regardless, he was able to keep his identity well kept, if you will.
Yeah, and I mean, Rocky taking the win. It was a great match to start things off, and it set the tone for the rest of the show, which was amazing. What a great pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Next match on the card was Miyu Yamashita. Yes.
Nails it.
Versus the God Queen, Delmi Exo, sporting some new ring gear, a little homage to what we could consider only the Ultimate Warrior and possibly the Young Bucks with those frills on the end.
Frilly legs.
And the pants. I did dig on the ring gear. And it was for the TJPW Princess of Princess title. And this match was hard hitting. Miyu did not hold back. She laid into her all kinds. Delmi fought through a lot of pain, a lot of hard strikes. Dealt a few hard strikes of her own, but the TJPW Princess of Princess champion prevailed with a wicked skull kick that knocked Delmi out in the center of the ring for the 1, the 2, the 3. And yeah, what can I say about this match? But these two ladies were electric. It was not the only women's match on the card, which was great to see. But this is a great way to keep momentum flowing from that opening contest with Rocky and Mascara. I enjoyed it. And at the end, a little bit of a show of respect. Delmi, tapping the title, saying you deserve it. And Miyu showing why she's been one of the longest reigning Princess of Princess champions.
Oh, yeah. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Miyu Yamashita is fantastic. And that was a great... more than one women's match on this card, more than one really good women's match on this card. These two went, if there was any constructive criticism that I could give, I thought that Delmi maybe needs to hit a little harder.
Do you think she was I wanted to ask this. Do you think she was holding back?
I don't know. If she wants to win these matches, she's got to come with everything she's got. And I think Miyu was just hitting harder and her moves just had more impact. Maybe Delmi just didn't have that strength in her tonight. I don't know. But she's got to lay into those strikes like Miyu was. And regardless, it was a great match. Miyu's taking the title back home to Tokyo. But nice to see Delmi return. The God Queen has been kind of absent for a little bit. So it was great to have her back in the featherweight division.
Absolutely. And then we had the bodybuilding contest by St. Laurent. A rather questionable contest, if I may say so myself. I thought it was rigged beyond compare. St. Laurent and Zendaya were the judges, or actually I should say Zendaya was the judge.
Zeta? Yeah.
Zeta, sorry, Zeta. Zeta was, I don't know why I said Zendaya. I guess I was thinking about Spider-Man. Zeta was the judge. First to come out was Midas Black, one half of the main event. He put on a decent showing, but in a bodybuilding contest, definitely needs more definition, as St. Laurent pointed out. Then Mr. Thomas from the Bumaye Fight Club, surprisingly enough, came out and actually snatched the mic from St. Laurent's hand to pretty much say, why are you judging a bodybuilding contest, which is factual information? Thomas came out, he did his thing. Zeta said it sucked, quote unquote, it sucked. And then last but not least was the WTF newest member, Alex Hammerstone. He came out, did his poses, to which he automatically won, snatched the mic, went on a rant about how he's the best champion, Alex Kane's a bitch, yada, yada, yada. Then he called out Jacob Fatu, which is not something you want to do. Jacob Fatu's like Candyman. Say his name enough and he shall appear. And he did. And boy, did he handle Alex Hammerstone. Did he handle St. Laurent? He threw St. Laurent clear over the top. It was pretty impressive to see him get that man up. And then he snatched the trophy, a rather cheap, questionable dollar store trophy from Alex Hammerstone, smashed it in the middle of the ring so hard that it rolled out 3 times and still landed upright. It was perfect. It was absolutely, you couldn't have planned to throw better than that. But Fatu and Hammerstone, the battle rages on. So it's be interesting to see where this feud goes as we lead into 2024. But I know you're a St. Laurent mark, so I got to ask you this. What did you think about was this a legitimate bodybuilding? Come on, man.
I mean,
Come on.
Not in the traditional sense. And I expected there'd be a little bit of something different here. But I mean, if you're going, just being honestly, if you're going purely off the physique and the form, I mean, Mr. Thomas is a big man. But Hammerstone's got the definition, the symmetry. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not. Like,
and he also is the only true bodybuilder in the contest.
But like bodybuilding, there's an art to it. Like, you have to build your muscles proportionately.
I get it.
If you increase this one by half inch, you got to.
I'm not knocking
I think legitimately, objectively, Hammerstone really was the best physique there. I'm not just saying this because
you're a St. Laurent mark.
I'm the most comfortable and legitimate promoter in pro wrestling.
Legitimate my ass.
But you know what? We do have to jump back because
I skipped one. Yes, you're right. I skipped over arguably what was my favorite or second favorite match on this card. Tom Lawlor going at
Satoshi Kojima, the return after 31, 32 years.
I believe it was 21 years.
I think it was 32.
No, the MLW's only been around for 23 years. Dude.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I don't know why you jumped ahead. You jumped ahead about 10 years.
Story of my life.
Story of your life. A whole decade somehow was added on to Kojima's run.
Like, they beat the shit out of each other.
Dude.
Chops, strikes.
Oh, so good.
It was so enjoyable. And of course, again, kudos to MLW on the production for this one. Everything from the streamers to the bread to everything, we got showered with bread.
Oh my God, so many bread.
No, not even just, oh my God, many bread.
Many bread, that's
anyway,
right. That's
I love you guys, and I love bread.
And thank you for welcoming me back to MLW after such a year. And he ate quite a few slices, but you did point out something.
I did.
You did point out something with the bread. Even in throwing the slices of bread in the ring, people not liking, what did you call it?
The bread heel.
The bread heel. The heel.
Yeah, you never eat like bread heels in Greece.
Like the end of the bread, right? You're talking about the beginning and the end of the bread
heel. So even when people were throwing bread into the ring, they were throwing regular bread. It's like, oh, the bread heel, I got to squish this one up before I huck it.
Yeah, but it doesn't really have the density. It's not dense enough to make it into the ring.
The bread heel's a crapshoot. You can get a thin one, you can get a thick one. You never know with the heel.
Well, it depends on how proportionally sliced the bread is. I mean, you're going to get left. Something's going to get extra. Either the beginning,
symmetry is important.
Aerodynamics as well. You have to have
bodybuilding. These things are.
Oh my God. But anyways, Tom Lawlor and Kojima killed it. They killed each other. Both men's chests were obliterated red, blood vessels, all kinds. And Tom Lawlor showing why, to quote Danny Limelight, whose episode you will see next week on Straight Talk Wrestling, returning Danny Limelight, Tom Lawlor is a gift to professional wrestling. Professional wrestling does not deserve Tom Lawlor, quote unquote, from Danny Limelight. And he's absolutely right. Tom Lawlor showed why he is a leader in that locker room, and him and Kojima went out there, 2 vets, killed each other for these fans in New York. And New York got an early Christmas gift care of Mr. St. Laurent tonight in one shot, because that match was, there's not, that is legitimately a 10-star match. And fuck Dave Meltzer, because I said it first a long time ago. So 10-star match, all kinds. All right, next match on the card, I believe, was the Kick Demon.
Nope. It was Ricky Shane Page.
You're right. My apologies. It's been a long night, guys, so the card is a little bit all over the place.
Long day, long week, long night.
Long week, to say the least.
And
yeah, Jimmy Lloyd and Rickey Shane Page for the Openweight title. And off the bat, Akira, disguised as one of the gas mask goons, jumped Rickey Shane Page and actually got a couple shots in before trying to take a bite literally out of Rickey Shane Page's forehead. He was finally escorted away by MLW security, and the match was able to continue. And Jimmy Lloyd and Rickey Shane Page killed each other. They went all out and then some. And these two guys who were built their sizes, were throwing out all kinds of spin kicks, heel kicks, tornado kicks. It was insane. It was wild. And they obviously did what they do best, and they brought some weapons into the ring. Rickey was able to get one, squeak it out just barely on Jimmy Lloyd. I will give Rickey credit. That swanton looked a little dangerous, but he was able to snap it back and pull off the maneuver quite successfully. So kudos on Rickey Shane Page, because I don't think a lot of people recognize his agility too well.
He's such a big dude. Like I say it all the time though, and I'm repeating myself, but like you forget how
he repeats himself a lot
until you see him in person, and you're like, damn, you're a big dude. And like for him to throw a swanton, I thought his head was gonna hit the ground, and he just flipped at that last second. It looked great. This match was what I expect from these two guys. They beat the shit out of each other, and it was enjoyable. Rickey retains. And that was that.
That was that. But you know what? I'm surprised that Rickey retained. With the interference of Akira in the early going, I thought Jimmy Lloyd may have a leg up. But I don't think we're going to see the last of Jimmy Lloyd versus Rickey Shane Page. I think we need one more. Maybe January 6th, Kings of Coliseum, which is MLW's first event of 2024. Maybe we get one more, or maybe we finally get Akira and Rickey Shane Page for that payoff for that Openweight strap. Regardless, though, the storyline is heating up. And it's one of the funnest storylines to watch, because the implosion of the calling was so slowly built and so perfectly built that you have to slow build Akira and Rickey. That's the only way to do it justice. You can't just jump into it. So I think having Akira interfere in this match and having the great contest that he had with Jimmy Lloyd, I think it only builds Rickey and Akira to be that holy shit moment for when that match does go down. And that match, is going to be, it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be an art form in violence.
It's going to be a fight.
It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a down, dirty bloodbath. And I'm all for it, honestly and truly. Next match on the card was the featherweight champion. That's right. Janai Kai putting her featherweight strap on the line against the returning Maki Itoh, who came out singing her legitimate #1 hit in Japan. Her entrance theme. That's right. I'm taking a shot at Becca, and I don't give a fuck.
I'm leaving.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. We'll just push the other way. All right. So there we go, guys. So Becca can't sing. No, okay. Come back in here. Stop being a baby. Maki Itoh singing her legitimate #1 song. And Maki Itoh and Janai Kai did exactly what they were supposed to do. Beat the living hell out of each other. This was not a wrestling match. This was a strike fest. And when you call yourself the Kick Demon, and you can put Maki Itoh down with numerous amounts of kicks in different angles, different directions, Janai Kai can bend her body in ways that a normal human being should not be able to bend their body. But you know what? Janai Kai did not win via kick. How did she win this one, Rob?
She won it with the demon clutch via tap out.
Made Maki Itoh tap and retained quite convincingly. This was actually the shortest match on the card. It wasn't without its entertainment and its drama. It's just Janai Kai is so damn powerful that somebody like Maki Itoh, who's used to taking insurmountable amounts of punishment, could not handle the Kick Demon. And Salina was there, but did not need to interfere at all. Janai Kai looked like a well-oiled machine, and she is proving why she came in and was able to decimate the God Queen Delmi Exo and win that title first appearance. So, I mean, you got to give Janai Kai her due. The Kick Demon is firing on all cylinders right now, and this is a girl that needs more exposure, a girl that needs to be on TV more, and she's showing exactly why she is who she is. So tip of the hat to Janai Kai. I would say my MVP of the night for sure. It was just fire. 10 minutes in and out, including entrances, and she decimated Maki Itoh. Great match.
Talk about, maybe needing to strike a little harder. This is a great example of two ladies who strike hard. They went hard at each other. It was entertaining. It was, Maki Itoh, can't say enough good things about her. Janai Kai is She smiles as she is beating the living hell out of you.
Yeah, it's a 6 smile.
That's scary, and I would not want to be like. There's a few people in MLW. Just I would not want to be on the wrong side of like Jacob Fatu, Janai Kai. Just not people I would want to be, on their bad side.
Well, we're on the right side of Jacob Fatu because he real recognizes real. He was the one who helped us get that sponsorship. So Fatu, we are honorary Usos.
And I'm glad I'm not because like I said, just a lot of big, scary looking people, but there's few people I would not want to tangle with, and that is Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say on the MLW roster right now, Jacob Fatu, Alex Kane, Alex Hammerstone, Janai Kai. I would even say, even though she's not a full-fledged member, I would say I put Maki Itoh up there for sure.
I feel like I could talk my way out of things with Alex Kane, though. I could probably crack some jokes and you'd let me off the hook.
No, you'd be going.
I'd probably get
you'd be going to Whole Island.
I'd probably get called a melanin deficient hole, but I'd walk away.
Absolutely. You'd walk away with a smile on your face.
I'd walk away with something. Yeah, probably some bruises.
And you'd probably be in a wheelchair because your back would be broken.
Concussion.
Yeah, concussion. All right, guys, it's a main event time. The indie god, Matt Cardona, with Steph DeLander, goes one-on-one with Alex Kane and Mr. Thomas. This one was a barn burner. Alex Kane cutting a promo with Matt Cardona, pretty much saying he was just going to beat him down in his hometown. And he did exactly that. Now, this wasn't without its head scratcher moments. Twisted turns. There was times where Steph DeLander was throwing chairs in to the ring. The ref saw it. Didn't stop the fight, I guess, referee's discretion. But he let these guys go pretty freely with the weapons. Let them go pretty freely with the interferences. Steph DeLander even at one point pulled the ref out of the ring as he was close to giving Alex Kane the 3 count and stopped it. And he warned her one more time and she would be removed from the ring area. Mr. Thomas tried to get involved to help Alex, and he was knocked down with the heavyweight championship twice.
And I'll give you credit because you did call it before the match.
I did.
Masked good brother number 3 might get involved, and sure enough, he did.
He did, and he planted one on the ex-girlfriend of Mance Warner. Now that may cause some friction between Mance Warner and Masked Good Brother 3. I mean, even though they are eerily similar.
There might be a distant relation.
Distant relation, yeah. Same outfit, the same hair, same nose.
How do you see his hair? He's under a mask.
No, his hair was poking out the back, dude.
You don't have the same hair.
Yeah, same shade.
Why are you making allegations?
I mean, it's unsubstantiated allegations. But regardless, so many interferences. And finally, Steph DeLander off the kiss scene around the world part 2, because part 1 was at the last event. The kiss scene around the world part 2, she got speared. She got speared all kinds by Alex. Then Matt Cardona tried to hit Alex Kane with a chair, and all he did was piss off the captain of the Mumaye Fight Club to the point where he was triple German suplexed, and then he was pretty much put in the fade to black, and he tapped. He didn't pass out. He tapped out. Like, oh, bitch. And then at one point, this was the greatest moment. The Mumaye Fight Club came out to celebrate their captain's win, to which he called some of the junior members down to the ring area, where they carried out Matt Cardona, and I quote the amazing Joe Dombrowski, like a wrestling martyr. They carried him away from the ring area. Alex Kane going on to celebrate, join with the crowd, cracking jokes with the crowd, saying that he's whooped everyone that's been put in front of him, and now he's ready for more work. He needs more work. He needs a new challenge. Well, what happens? The arena fades to black, lights turn back on, and there is the returning Richard Holiday. That's right. MLW once again is breathing in that rarefied air. Before we get into the Richard Holiday return, because there's more to unwrap there, let's talk the match. Rob, what did you think? Did this match live up to all the hype? Did Cardona deliver? Did Kane deliver? Did Steph DeLander interference-wise deliver? Did the kiss make you tear up a little bit about Masked Good Brother? What was your thought process on the entire match?
The match. I thought both guys played to their wrestling strengths.
Mm-hmm. Cardona was a heat magnet in his hometown.
Yeah, like even in his hometown. And I mean, Alex was being Alex. Neither of them had to compromise their style for this. There was enough twists and turns, but it was still a convincing finish. Cardona didn't look bad, but he did tap out, and Alex came out on top. So the monstrous run of Alex Kane continues, and Richard Holiday.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though, before we get to Richard Holiday, isn't that not the 3rd man in a row he's made tap out or pass out? Yeah. Tom Lawlor passed out. Jacob Fatu passed out.
Well, you
Matt
might not be
Cardona
aware of
tapped.
this. The mission is
Submission. No, I'm aware of it. And a lot of people were sent to Whole Island last night. A lot of people got to work at Suplex Island last night, or tonight, I should say, rather, a few minutes ago. And yeah, let's talk Richard Holiday. So he comes out, he's eyeing down Alex Kane. Kane says, let's go now. Let's go now. And of course, St. Laurent has to waddle his duck-filled fat ass out there one more time to say that he's still in control of the event. And he offers Richard Holiday a very good-looking WTF hat and a very lucrative contract deal for Kings of Coliseum main event January 6th in Philadelphia. And Richard Holiday, much to the crowd's booing, takes the hat, puts it on, and he is the newest member of WTF. Now, we know that him and Hammerstone technically have unfinished business, so there may be some hostility there, or St. Laurent, being the ever opportunist, will find a way to smooth out the seas and get every one of the Titans to be on the same page, and there will be no dissension amongst the ranks. But time will tell on that. But Richard Holiday returning was huge. Great to see him back in an MLW ring. Proud of that man, everything he's overcome. And WWE, the tryout, we know you had it. WWE, I think you passed up on a great opportunity. Richard Holiday is a star, and I don't know if the right decision was made.
Why would you go to WWE when you could be part of the WTF?
Speaking of WTF,
now, then,
whatever. Speaking of the WTF, they also had a hotline tonight where you can get all the news and information. All you had to pay, guys, was $99.99. That's right, per minute. So if you were on the WTF line for 5 minutes, you're going to get a phone bill for $500. Yeah, guys. Yeah, $500. So I don't know anybody that may be short on Christmas gifts, but if you called that hotline today, you're going to be definitely short on your Christmas fund, but it was worth it. I mean, you can get a Canadian weather report from Davey Boy Smith Jr.
And, the world we live in.
You can get filthy with Tom Lawlor. You can also sit down and sweet talk with Steph DeLander. There was a lot of randomness on the content that apparently this phone number had, and it was also a 1-900 number.
And we didn't call the number either. We should have just seen what it was.
I'm not paying 100.
This is a work scheme.
It is a work scheme.
Somebody's gonna call it.
Somebody called. Somebody definitely called. Stryker tried to call, but
why we didn't call.
But he said the line was busy. So, but honestly and truly, the event was electric. The crowd was hot. The commentators were on fire. St. Laurent put together a hell of a show. I will give the devil his due in that aspect. And MLW ends their pay-per-view run in 2023 with a bang. Now, we do have a couple more episodes. The final fusion is next Thursday, so keep it locked for that. And then, of course, there is Christmas Rush on Christmas Eve. Rob and I will try to cover that, but also it's Christmas Eve. Want to spend some time with our families. So from us to you guys, yeah, no, well, I do. I want to spend time with my family. I love my wife and my children for sure. But guys, from us to you, have a safe and happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff.
Whatever you celebrate,
enjoy it. We absolutely do. Hope you enjoy the family, the food, the fun, the love that is in the world in this month of December. And of course, guys, don't forget to come back. What? December is the only month where a lot of people are usually jolly. Not so much myself, but a lot of other people.
Everyone I know is broke in December.
Yeah, that's also factual.
Well,
that is also factual. Yeah, 100%. I've been broke for a while. I have 2 kids.
I don't have 2 kids and I'm still broke. So
yeah, that's on you. That's on you.
That's on Boomaye.
No, it's definitely not on Boomaye. All right, guys. Peace, love, and wrestling. Again, happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. We will see you next week for Fusion. And then we will see you maybe for Christmas Rush. But if not, we'll see you in January as we go on to Kings of Coliseum January 6th. We'll stay locked and loaded for that. This has been the MLW Rewind. I am George Mackay. This is
Uncle Bob and B, baby.
And as I always say, peace, love, and wrestling.
Adios.